Pile 1, what is your hero's journey? This is just your current journey that you're on, and it doesn't have to be like an overall life journey, but this deck was really created sort of with this spread in mind. We're going to have the archetype you're embodying, where this journey is taking place, what are you using, and why are you on this journey. So to start with your archetype, you have the self. Your journey is to connect with the deep truth of yourself and with the higher truth of your soul. Let's turn. And these kind of go together, so we're going to do all of these. The mountain. Again, mountains are sort of synonymous with like spiritual growth and going through tough trials so that you can reach the peak. You think about like a monk or a spiritual person like looking at a mountain and just climbing it and getting to the top and meditating and getting higher knowledge. And this mountain card is interesting because it has a little like cavern inside of it with a person in there, which is sort of mirroring the self card in that your journey right now is to go deep within yourself and find the truth of who you are. Because the empty room is sort of like the tool thing that you're using to go on this journey. And the empty room is telling me that, plus this card is very dark, I think that you've had a lot of struggle. Maybe you're isolated right now. Maybe you are in a life that just doesn't feel right to you. And maybe you had a rougher upbringing or have gone through a period of darkness lately. This is meant to be the place where you sit down and you meditate and you connect with your higher self so that you can heal what isn't you to become what is you. This is a spiritual journey. This is a person who's looking inside of themselves and finding the darkness and finding the pain and finding the trauma and just setting it free. If you're not sure how to do this, there's videos I recommend. So there's some free videos on YouTube. I've done the processes quite a few times, but it's by Teal Swan. There's a How to Heal the Emotional Body that could help you. And then she has another one called Parts Work. And if you do those, like it can really help you find those darknesses and heal them and release them. If you don't like her or the sort of formulas that she's using, then you can always find another process. There's tons of ways to do shadow work. There's no rights or wrongs. But this spread is saying that you have a high degree of connection with your higher self and with your spiritual self and spiritual team, and that you can get in tune and in touch with them, and they will help you find the wisdom to heal. This is sort of a journey of so many spiritual people where they experience darkness for a period of time or for their whole lives, and they have to sit and like find that pain and become that pain and understand that pain so that they can then release it and become who they truly are. But this is the truest form of moving from darkness to light. You're moving from this like dark shadow of a person into these bright rainbows, just emitting this beautiful rays of wisdom and light and love. And the why, you got apocalypsis. This goes perfectly because apocalypsis is literally about unveiling deception and coming to the truth. I think you're carrying a lot of pain and trauma that is making you think things that aren't true about yourself, about other people, about life. Like just an example, if you were a little kid and you like drew a picture you were really proud of, and you went to your parent and you're like, look, and they were like, yeah, okay, whatever. And they just dismissed you. And this happened a few times. You could truly believe about yourself. Like it could be buried in your unconscious. The idea that you just aren't worth people's time and that you shouldn't make yourself known or be seen. And this can happen in so many ways and for so many reasons. And apocalypsis is you are doing this journey to unbecome everything that you never were. Like, things were put into you that are so untrue, and they're twisting up your beautiful soul, and they're making a shadow form over these beautiful rainbow parts of you. And your journey right now is to find those shadows and release them. And then the beautiful you underneath is going to shine through. And there's so many like different ways to do this. And you can look up shadow work, parts work, inner child work, IFS therapy, like internal family systems. There's so many ways to do this. So good luck on this journey, and please let me know what you think below. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. Pile 2, what is your hero's journey? This doesn't have to be like an overall life journey. This is just the journey that you're in right now. And this deck was really created with this specific spread in mind. So we're going to get the archetype you are in this journey, where this journey is taking place, with what, and why. So we're going to start with your archetype. You got the shapeshifter. This is very interesting. Shapeshifter is exactly what it sounds like. It's someone who can really, there's like snake skin in the back of this card. It's, you have an incredible strength and incredible ability to adapt to your situations, and you have the incredible ability to shed your skin. So you release things easily. If you have like a certain belief system or a certain bad habit or something like that, you can shed those very easily. And you can become what you need to be in a situation in order to get what you want out of it. And this is a power that you're being encouraged to use for this particular journey. So the where is the cave, and with what is the vision. Make sure you can see that. So with the cave, it's giving me the idea that you're in a situation right now that is not ideal. It's dark, isolated, lonely, maybe scary, stress-inducing, or just empty. And with the vision, you have an idea of what it is you truly want to be in this world. And I feel like it is so far away from the reality that you're in right now. So you're someone who's like being forged into this shapeshifter in the cave, meaning incredible adaptability, incredible cleverness, very like aware and discerning and very brilliant. And you're being encouraged to use those skills that you forged in the cave, in this empty, isolated, dark moment or time or space that you're in, and use it to get to your vision. Use it to get to your ideal life. Pile 1 was really about inner transformation. This is about outer transformation. Right now, you are on a journey to leave this cave behind and build up in the outer physical world in a very real and tangible way the ideal life that would actually suit you and make you happy and feed your soul. And you have incredible skills with this shapeshifter to do that, to bring about what you want and to navigate darker places. The why is Aletheia, and this is so perfect because this card is about truth. And I feel like like the shapeshifter could be someone who is confused about their identity, and maybe your vision, you might not be as clear on it, or you could be very clear and get to it and then realize there's something else you want. I just feel like there's such a long distance between where you are and where you want to be that as you go through this journey, you will uncover a lot more truth about yourself, a lot more of your strengths, your passions, a lot more of your heart and your soul and your authentic being, that it will help you build the perfect outer world. Like the perfect job, the perfect home, the perfect place around the perfect people. Like this is all about getting to the truth, having an outer world that reflects the truth of your inner world, because the cave does not. So whatever your ideal like outer world is, with people who have certain traits, like maybe you're a person who would do incredibly well like an apartment in a city and everybody's working and you know, meeting up for drinks after work and having a good time. Or maybe you're someone who would go to the country and have a garden and, you know, see people here and there and exchange, you know, your vegetables for their bread or something like that. Like, and that would really feed your soul. This is about finding the outer world that perfectly mirrors your inner world and feeds it and makes it come alive. So your journey right now is to realize your circumstances, and actually, I think you know what your circumstances are, but it's to realize what vision you have and to move through the world, making that vision come to life around you. And in this, you're going to have an incredible process of discovery about who you are and what you really want and what you really value. So that was your current hero's journey. I really appreciate it if you let me know what you thought below, and thank you for being here. Pile 3, what is your hero's journey? This isn't about like what is the overall life journey. This is more about the current journey that you're on right now. And this particular deck was created like with this spread in mind. So we're going to get the archetype that you're embodying, where this journey is taking place, with what and why. The archetype that you are embodying is the maiden. I love maiden energy, and it is so misunderstood. So for you, I'm actually just going to turn over the first few cards. You got 2 cards for where is this taking place. You got empty room and forest, which forest goes so perfect with maiden. And then with what is flame. With forest and empty room is about being in darkness, in a dark space in your life right now. It's about being isolated, not having people on your side. And the forest as well can also be very like deep, dark, and scary. But the maiden thrives in the forest. This is where maiden energy is so like misunderstood. She can be seen as like weak and naive, easy to take advantage of. So this could be things that you're battling in your life right now. Maybe people are trying to make you feel this way, or you feel this way about yourself. The maiden, she doesn't have to be naive. She sees everyone's best self. She sees the beauty and the possibility in all beings. This is why she thrives in the forest. Look, here's the trees, and there's literally like trees on this card as well. Maiden and forest go so well together. Maybe you feel like you're in an empty room and you're isolated and you're by yourself and people aren't seeing your value. Maybe they're even putting you down, but you're not in the empty room. You're in the forest. It can be deep and dark and scary, but the maiden, and with the maiden's powers, she can go into the forest and fall in love with the beings there to the point where they love her back and care for her. And that's the maiden's power. She has a purity about her. No matter what people, no matter which way people treat her, no matter how much they try to put her down, she keeps shining as this bright light of love. She keeps giving other people a chance. The forest might seem like it's full of monsters, and where some people would avoid the forest and some people would like take up swords and try to fight these monsters and get aggressive because they're scared, the maiden has the power of not being afraid in the face of monsters. She sees them and then she just asks them who they are, and then the monsters like fall in love with her. That's her power. She loves to the point where fear isn't there. Aggression isn't there. She loves these beings in the forest so that she sees in them the beauty that they have, the beauty of their soul, and then they can see it too because she does. And then they're all companions with each other. So what this is telling me is, in your life, you don't have to fight these monsters. You just have to embody the light and the love that you are. And you can tell people when somebody's trying to give you negativity, you can give them positivity back, and it could change them. People are quite stubborn, so if it doesn't, you can keep going on in your light and leave them behind because you don't need that darkness. Or you can be the thing that makes them see their own beauty, like the maiden does with the monsters in the forest. This is the flame energy. This is what it means. The flame is your inner spiritual self. You ignite people's inner spiritual selves. So whatever the situation you're in right now, if you're in darkness, if the people around you are darkness, Maiden has the ability to turn on her light and light her flame and act from a place of love and from a deep place of her soul. And in that, she can light up other people's flames. And if their flames don't light, leave them behind. Move on to a place that appreciates your light and your flame. Maybe you aren't friends with every single being in the forest, but you're going to find beings in the forest who are going to appreciate this maiden energy and this flame energy. With this as well, being the maiden, I think that you really need to realize your power, because your power is softness. Your power is optimism. It's the ability to give love from a pure place, no matter what darkness you're in. And that is incredible. It's something that people can put down because it isn't society's overall idea of power right now, but it is an incredible power nonetheless. And you can come to love this about yourself as well. The Y is Anima Mundi. And this card is all about realizing the connection of all things, which is something the maiden is incredible at. There's a lot of spirituality here. The flame is about spirituality, and Anima Mundi is like the height of spirituality. It is, I recognize that I am everything and that everything is me. So I'm not mean or cruel or aggressive to other people or other beings, because I understand that that does hurt me as well. I give love, I give wisdom, I give optimism. And in that, I'm also improving myself and the world as a whole. You really have an incredible spiritual power here, and I hope that you can see that as well. You're not weak, you're not naive. You understand deeper truths, and you give more credit to them, to people's inner souls, than you give to people's fear on the surface. Other people can see someone and get scared and fight them, but you see someone and try to understand them and try to see the beauty in them, and it's incredible and it's powerful, and you can embrace this as the incredible power that it is. Sorry if you can hear the sirens. So I hope that was helpful. That was a very interesting hero's journey. The maiden is I just really do love the maiden. I love the purity of her and her ability to love always without being corrupted. The maiden is incorruptible. Like, the shadows can't get the maiden, and that's your power. So it's okay to feel that as a power. Okay, thank you for being here. Please let me know what you thought of this reading down below. I would really appreciate it. And thank you for being here. Bye. Pile 4, what is your hero's journey? This doesn't have to be like an overall, your whole life journey. This is just meant to be the current journey that you're on. And this deck was really created with this spread in mind. So we're going to get the archetype you're embodying, where this journey is taking place, what are you using, and why. So let's get started. Your archetype is beautiful. It is the eternal child. This is such a happy archetype. In spirituality, there is this idea that the more wise a being becomes and the more in tune with their soul they become, the more childlike they become. Because children, a lot of children haven't been like messed up, really. They haven't been traumatized. They haven't been through all this darkness. So they are much more in tune with the truths of their soul. And this is the archetype you're embodying. You have found your joy. You found what lights you up, and you are following it. You are enjoying your life. You are refusing to be brought down by dark forces or by society or by constraints that you don't want. You're in tune with the truth of yourself and you are following it, just like a child does. You know, a child runs around playing and then they want to climb a tree, so they climb a tree. You go around in life and you discover something that you want to do, so you go do it. You don't have all of this hesitation and stress and worry and, you know, I can't climb the tree because what if I rip my pants? What if I fall out? What if I do this? It's a boldness and a fearlessness and a joyful exploration, and most of all, it's authenticity. It represents someone who isn't trying to please other people and is living their life to please themselves. It's a beautiful archetype and a beautiful journey to be on. Where is this taking place? The box. This is perfect because the box is all about, like I said before, constraints. You are breaking out of the box. You have realized that you don't want to play by someone else's rules. And like a child, you're making up your own rules. You're saying it's my life, it's my human experience, and I'm going to do what I want. This is very similar to pile 4s in both my Heal Your Solar Plexus video and in my How Are You Amazing video. There's like a strong pile 4 collective I have. I don't have this with the other piles. You're the one I've told this to, but if you want to go watch pile 4 for How Are You Amazing and How to Heal Your Solar Plexus, it would still apply to you because it's the same thing where it's I'm choosing the authenticity of my soul over all of these rules and expectations of a world that I don't want to follow. And that's what the box means. You're breaking out of the box. What are you using? This is beautiful. The nectar. You found something. Like you found some deep inner reserve, or you have found some truth or some spiritual feeling. You found something that is healing you and that works for you. And this is your specific nectar. There is something, how do I say this? Your nectar is the way that you want to live your life, and it is your truth. And you have found that if you honor that, it will heal you like nectar. Nectar's about like drinking something that is healing. You have found the way to live and exist that works for you, and it's yours, and it's particular to you. And if you haven't found this yet, then you are on the journey of finding this. You can't follow other people's advice. It's not for you. You are someone that has to discover your truth and your way of existence and your own values and your own rules. That is your nectar. Being radically authentic. And the Y is Kairos. This is all about divine timing. It is about mystical timing and alignment. You're going on this journey because you are someone who is meant to follow the call of your soul. And if you follow that path, everything will work out for you almost magically. Believe and know that if you're following your intuition and you're following the joy of this eternal child and the rules of your own nectar, then everything that happens will ultimately be for your highest good, and the universe and life will unfold before you in a beautiful way that is going to feed into you and make you so happy and so much more joyful and so much more powerful in your own life and your own existence. So that is your current journey, finding your joy and following it no matter what. I would really appreciate it if you'd let me know what you thought about this reading down below, and thank you for being here.